Hello everyone, I am Sunanta from SNS College of Technology, Department of Mathematics. As the continuation of the lecture series in the topic Testing of Hypothesis, here in this lecture video we are going to see what is testing of single mean and difference of mean. So these topics comes under t-test, student t-test. So here is the small recall. So in which t-test, what is first, let us see what is small sample test. So small sample test is done when the sample size is less than 30. Usually we do tests like students t-test to compare the mean, difference of mean and single mean, and we do the test like f-test to compare the variances and to compare the goodness for chi-square test. So here is the small problem in which testing for single mean. So when the average strength is 50 units or which is less than 30, we use the formula T is equal to x bar minus mu by s divided by root of n. When we are in a case to compare two averages or two means, we will be using the formula T is equal to x1 minus x2 divided by root of s1 square by n1 plus s2 square by n2. Both of them are t-test problems. So here is the empathy part of student t-test, in which why do we need to use the small sample test, single mean and difference of mean. So what is a single mean hypothesis test means? So it determines if the average value of a characteristic in a population is equal to a specific target value. For example, when we consider a case, we are in need to find the mean IQs of 10 boys. So IQs of each of the boys are given. We are going to test whether each the average is equal to 100. Then we take mu is equal to 100 and x bar, the average of all the 10 values as x bar, and we find the standard deviation and we substitute it in the formula T is equal to x bar minus mu divided by s divided by root of n. Then we can find the t statistic value. So here is one example in which an engineer might want to know if the average tensile strength of a batch of steel meets the required standard. So like this, there are n number of problems we can use this method. So here is the defined part in which the hypothesis testing for small samples are defined, in which the first with the given problem statement we have to formulate the null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is nothing but when the given problem or the data is tested for possible rejection. Next is the collecting of evidences, that is collection of data. Next is to analyze data. Next is to draw the conclusion. So here is the ideate part, in which first we have to define the hypothesis. So the formulation of null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis based on the given problem statement. For example, like here mu is equal to mu naught, mu is not equal to mu naught, mu greater than mu naught, mu less than mu naught. Similarly, we can frame the hypothesis. Next is choosing the appropriate significance level or level of significance. So threshold significance level will be fixed at 1% or 5%. Next is to choose the appropriate formula. If we are in need to identify the or compare the mean of mean with a given mean single population, then we use the single mean test. If we are in need to compare the two averages, then we go for a difference of two means. Next is to calculate the test statistic based on the given data, substitute everything in the formula, appropriate test statistic formula, and find the value. Next is calculate p-value. P-value is nothing but the degrees of freedom. So calculate the degrees of freedom using n minus 1 for single variance, single mean, n1 plus n2 minus 1 for difference of mean. Next is to make a decision based on the critical value and the critical value, that is, which will be taken with the help of p-value and degrees of freedom. Next, test statistic value. If the test statistic value is the greatest, then we reject the null hypothesis. If critical value is the greatest, then we accept the null hypothesis. So here is the activity in which we need to use the single mean. So if the population standard deviation is unknown and the sample size is less than 30, we use single mean test, and the distribution should be normal for a t-test, and the degrees of freedom is n minus 1. So here is the applications. So in manufacturing industry, civil engineering, environmental, electrical and software engineering fields and all, we can use this hypothesis testing. Next is small mind map, in which we have seen initially we have seen what is a single mean, what is difference of mean, how to frame the null hypothesis and all the step procedure in the ideate part, and the formula, everything in the prototyping and testing part, and the applications. Thank you.